So Malik, I want to ask one question before he goes. Why did you free Aisha One, who was a Galamsey queen?
But was she not jailed recently?
Why did you free
Was she not jailed
Aisha
recently?
One? Did you free
But she's not freed. She was jailed.
Did you free her or not?
She was jailed. Is she not jailed?
I've told you.
Malik, is she not jailed?
I've told you that don't learn from the vice president. Aisha One was freed. And the senior minister told us.
There was a process.
Can I make my point?
But ultimately she is jailed. Is that not so?
Told us that they freed Aisha One because Mr. Akufo-Addo's government wanted money. The senior minister said that.
What are you talking
So why will you free Aisha One?
What are you talking about?
Yet Kofi Bedu is in prison. I'm just using a name.
So you
Yet
also
Alassane Abukari is in prison. So President Mahama says.
So you also free them.
President Mahama says.
Is that what it is?
I will grant amnesty. Many of those who had been arrested have repented and they have changed.
Oh, I didn't know.
Many of those people will teach us how persons currently doing Galamsey have been doing it. And so I'll grant amnesty to them. And I'll caution them. Let us come on the same page. And then let us take a decision on the way forward. What's the crime in that? Wound to me has Akonta Mines. Is Akonta Mines my property? Why haven't you arrested Wound to me? The ministry said Akonta Mines had no license to mine in forest reserves. Yet Wound to me has owned up and said Akonta Mines belongs to him. They are mining in forest reserves. Why haven't you arrested Wound to me? Your party chairman. You sat here and you are mentioning my former boss and who went and told people. Have you seen any of them engaged in Galamsey? Your party chairman is doing
there are
Galamsey.
lots of NDC
Why?
people
Your national woman organizer, Jemfua, their machines were bent down because of Galamsey. Your national woman organizer, Jemfua, her machines were bent down because of Galamsey. You have destroyed over 38 forest reserves in this country. And you are not ashamed of your government. You sit here and you want us to make it a political matter. You people say this. And what I even heard him say that I cringed was that they should ask both political parties to declare their stance. Which stance again? Then it means you've admitted that your government has failed. And if Mr. Akufo-Addo put his presidency on the line, he ought to resign. Why? Why I knew that this fight was just a useless fight was when Frimpong Boateng said they engaged in Galamsey to the extent that they broke Akufo-Addo's wall and they were engaging in Galamsey in his garden. I didn't say it.
That same report said NDC people are doing Galamsey. That same report said NDC people are doing Galamsey. What are you talking about?
I was very mute.
You are mute.
The report, Frimpong Boateng, I have never been appointed Akufo-Addo's minister. In fact, when Akufo-Addo appointed Frimpong Boateng, on the day of the appointment, he said that Frimpong Boateng has never lied. He's so generous. He's so honest. And my sister, who has hole in heart, was operated by Frimpong Boateng. So I know him well. I know how credible the man is. The man said they broke Akufo-Addo's garden and they were mining in Akufo-Addo's house. That day I looked in the skies and I said, my goodness. So Galamsey could be ongoing in Akufo-Addo's house. How will Akufo-Addo even sleep with these excavators working?
Took people
just because of gold. Can I make my point? Because of gold, the whole Chebi have been condemned. Look, Sewa, I don't know when last you traveled to Kumasi. When you get to Osino, between Osino and Inyinem, they are just mining by the road. Look, I'm scared that they may one day cross the road and destroy it. Just by the road, the footages are available. I use that road every day. I had never seen in my life, to the extent that even at Osino, there's a house in the middle and they have chopped around the house. And I wonder how the people go out. Maybe they use a ladder. And you will see machines working and government officials use those roads. And you have the power to prosecute them. And you come and tell me state-owned agencies should invite both parties to come and declare their stance. Declare which stance? Fight it. You are in government. Why? Yeah. When Eko Usu said party Hinsika with John Bodu, that is why they are doing Galamsey. They seized excavators, more than 500. They sold about 300 to themselves. Sold. And lied to us, they couldn't account for it. You come and tell me to come and discuss with you on Galamsey. When you formed an interministerial committee, the secretary already stated it here, Charles Bisiu. As for that man, only God can save him. Charles Bisiu was caught
from what?
From prosecution. When we come, Charles Bisiu.
So you every day you are here promising people of the people of Ghana of prosecution.
Was caught on tape.
Have you been promised to be made
for the first time in my life?
Let's go.
I saw someone counting corrupt money on camera.
Look at him.
Charles Bisiu.
Look at him.
The whole committee they set up was collapsed. I watched Galamsey fraud and Galamsey economy, and I saw how the president's relatives were indicted, like Gabi Osoro by Frimpong Boateng again. Frimpong Boateng said when he sacked Heritage Imperial from the forest, he had a call from Gabi. I didn't see it.
This is an issue that has gone to court, and the court has ruled in favor of the company.
It's not true.
What are you talking about?
Said,
why do you keep lying?
He sacked them from the forest.
Sacking someone.
It was the president's brother, Gabi, who called and warned him. Never in his life.
Did he say that? He was warned.
He said he was cautioned. He said he was cautioned to take his hands off.
You are always fabricating
so caution and warn are the same. He was cautioned to stop sacking them and allow them to go and mine. He said that was the day he knew that Akufo-Addo's government is finished.
But Gabi spoke and said he called them
that I've told you that even Ataye, did you watch Ataye's prosecution? I was in court. Ataye said he wasn't guilty. Even when they played it, Ataye said no. I'm coming to Napo. And if Napo decides to add lies to arrogance and incompetence, he will suffer. Look, Napo, you stood on the podium and you said you will give excavators back to the people. Your sign language interpreter interpreted what you were saying. All of a sudden, Napo is swearing every oracle he didn't say that. You see, if you lie on a podium, your sign language interpreter will expose you. And I'm happy that GH1, you've taken a step further. That was so brilliant of you guys. And I need to commend you. To bring a sign language interpreter to interpret. So are they telling us that we now started twisting the girl's hands to say that we'll give your excavators back to you? And even with that, they are just lying. You see small boys, they are excavators, and give to your party apparatchiks to go and destroy our forest reserves. So next week, there will be an expose on a company called Unipower. It has destroyed over 13 forest reserves. Unipower. And the CEO of Minerals Commission, AEC, has a hand in it. I'll bring documents next week. Next week, when I expose Unipower, how can you grant reclamation? And I'm just giving you a gist of it. Reclamation to a company that has never worked to go and reclaim land at a free rate. And the company goes and they are engaged in Galamsey. Unipower. Next week, the CEO of Minerals Commission, he will hear from us. What they have done to our forest reserves, only God can tell. And we sit in Accra here. And even water to drink is becoming a problem. When I see our water bodies, I feel frustrated. I was in Doma, and Doma Heni showed me one of his water bodies. So neat. Because he will not allow Galamsey there. Doma Heni showed me. And yet, government officials, you have decided to encroach. The eastern region is gone as we speak now. No forest reserve is surviving. They have chopped everything. And that is Akufo-Addo's hometown. And you come and look, I feel like weeping sometimes when I see how you pretentiously sit on TV and you say CEO, a state agency should call us. When we're in office, president, you said CSOs should call us and ask us our positions. Haven't you been listening to President Mahama?
No, all right, thank you very much.
I'll land on this. If you listen too much, to Bambia and Napo, you will not listen to President Mahama.
Thank you very much.
Saying that
thank you.
We are going to use IT.
What?
To fight Galamsey. We will use AI. And look, I've listened to all police.
This is a man.
How will you use AI to fight Galamsey?
This is a man who failed.
Can I explain that?
And
look,
his minister actually came out that they have given up on the fight on Galamsey.
We're discussing
your
policy.
minister came out
they are in government.
They have
Let
failed.
me explain AI. AI records real-time events to people. And that is why I can sit here.
AI does what?
Records real-time. Listen attentively. Real-time effects.
So